expected to bring President Obama's jobs bill to the floor for debate and votes, with hope that the millionaire surtax inserted to pay for the bill will get the 60 votes needed to do what the president has repeatedly called for, which is pass his bill. North Dakota Senator John Hoeven is a member of the Senate Appropriations Committee and joins me now. Senator, it's nice to see you this morning. As we break it down, 60 votes means that there is some needed help from the Republican side. Does the millionaire's 5.6% tax surcharge make any headway with your side of the aisle, at least enough in your estimation to reach that number?
Thomas, good to be with you. I don't think that the president's proposal is going to go very far because it doesn't accomplish what we need to do. We need to create the kind of legal, tax, and regulatory environment that will give people confidence and that will stimulate private investment. That's what we need to get the job market going, to create jobs, get this economy going. And his plan, it taxes more, regulates more, spends more, goes the wrong direction. It's actually making things worse.
Take a listen to this, though, because here's House Budget Committee Chairman Paul Ryan on Meet the Press yesterday. I want to ask you a question on the other side.
We have a difference of opinion with the White House on how best to create jobs. We don't think doubling down on failed stimulus policies, which have already proven to fail, is the right way to go. So we want to work with ideas that have proven to work. That means helping small businesses grow. That means getting certainty on our policy, regulations, taxes, debt, so that small businesses can grow. Temporary stimulus, sort of sugar high economics, are not what businesses are telling us they need to create jobs.
What's it going to take, though, sir, to get Republicans to say that we have found that middle ground? Because most economists would tell you that small businesses, they don't really grow. They remain small. We all know people that have their liquor store down the street or their bread store down the street. They maintain the same 3 or 4 employees that they've had for a lifetime. It's about new businesses that are going to grow this economy. So where do Republicans find the middle ground to bring that message home?
Well, small business is the backbone of this country, but whether it's business large or small, they need the kind of environment that encourages private investment. The administration keeps trying to grow government. Again, about more taxing, more regulating, more spending, more government growth, and that's the problem. We've got to stimulate private investment. That's what will generate job creation. That's why we've come forward with plans that not only promote trade, passing the trade agreements, that provide less regulation, not more, to make it easier to do business, that provide tax reform. Actually, revenue growth comes from economic growth, not higher taxes. So let's have pro-growth tax reform. Let's control spending. These are the things that will create the kind of business environment that will encourage all businesses, large and small, to invest, to hire people, to grow and expand. America is looking and paying attention to what you guys are doing. Take a look at this number right now. Congressional Republicans have a 71% disapproval rating. When we talk about the Dodd-Frank financial reform law, yeah, as you were talking about, you've been a proponent of regulatory reform, but how can Americans trust loosening the reins, so to speak, on big business, trust the fact that they're going to do what's needed to grow the economy, as you say? Thomas, great question. There is a role for regulation, but it needs to be straightforward, simple, understandable, certainly provide adequate protections and so forth, but encourage investment. In other words, people have to understand the rules of the road, so we need regulation that's understandable and workable, and we need regulators that work with our businesses to make sure they're doing things right and well, but they're able to invest and move forward, whether it's finance or manufacturing or energy or any other sector of this economy. But how can Americans trust that they're going to do the right thing? Well, again, so you do have a proper role for regulation and regulators, but if you have such a Byzantine, overblown regulatory environment, too much regulation that companies can't even understand it, then they won't invest. That's why we have so many companies sitting on huge amounts of cash, unwilling to invest and hire people because they don't know the rules of the road. You've got to have simple, straightforward, understandable regulation that empowers private investment. Senator Hoeven, thanks for your time this morning, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, Thomas. Prince Blank.